What's up, Hot Garbage Squad? Foxy here with another ELLUNIA video. Today I'll be teaching you how to speedrun this in about a minute 30. I actually got this off Space Show TV off Twitch, and I noticed this team there and I decided to copy it and teach you guys how it actually works. So if you don't know already, this is the best dungeon, and this is I'm going to teach you a free-to-play team, a minute 30. It's going to be high room requirements. So if you're like doing 3-minute runs, continue. But if you want to try to speedrun it, this is the video for you, or if you want to know for the future. There's only one monster from this list that I will be using, and that is foxysw. And without talking too much, let's show you the team. So this is my team. I have an Orochi, Bernard, and a Yen and a foxysw. So this is how this team works. This is a speed scaling team. So we have 30% speed lead from the Orochi. We have a Bernard to give you attack buff, tailwind for speed buff, and basically it's attack buff too because of speed scaling units, right? So my Bernard, you'll notice my Bernard is built on a terrible swift set. Here are some of the runes if you want to see. It's on some like leftover runes here. But essentially, this is the slot 6 is an accuracy rune. Reason being is because I want the defense break. And then foxysw, pretty standard violence set, nothing too crazy. It just needs to be tanky and provide the skill to do attack buff and heal. So the big key monsters here are going to be the Orochi and the Yen. So here is my Orochi. My Orochi, minimum stats, I'm going to say it's 85 crit rate. He's not level 40 yet, but it still works. So you will see this skill, Storm and Gale and Slicing Winds. You can reduce attack bar, which is key, but also Storm and Gale inflicts a lot of dots. Dots in this stage actually do a fair amount of damage. So your Orochi here is coming in hot and being clutch. So you'll notice he has a little bit of accuracy. Here are the runes if you want to see. It's on Fail Energy. I made a broken, I didn't want to make a broken set, so I put an energy set on it. But I mean, I'm sure you can put a blade rune there and make it a little bit more stats as well. But you'll notice he's tanky and he has a little bit of defense. Here is the Yen. So my Yen is on a swift set, speed, crit damage, and attack. And this is a blue rune, by the way, boys. So here are the runes. And essentially how this works is you are relying on how her kit works. You have an extra chance to go again with 20%. So it's got like an innate violence stat. So I don't think you need it on violent. It's on pure raw damage. Yes, it goes for the foxysw, but it's not a big deal. I'm gonna show you some runs here and show you how it works. So obviously the Bernard goes first, gives you the speed buff, which gives you more damage all of your units. So essentially how it works is you should be doing enough damage on the trash waves where you don't necessarily die. There's no way you die here, and you always lap it because the Bernard gives you the attack buff, and because you have a 30% speed lead from Orochi, and Orochi and Yen are built on speed, like swift runes or high runes. You can build your Orochi on violent as well to get the turn cycling. I don't think speed on the Orochi is as important as it is on the Yen. But definitely you can, I mean, the better runes you have, obviously the better success you will have. So how this boss works is you do boss, like you do face boss every stage, even the belliness. So you will see that by pure raw damage here, my Bernard didn't land the defense break, so now I'm just relying on the raw damage here. Slicing Winds to make sure the attack bar is reduced here. So here, we missed the defense break from Bernard, so it's going to be a little bit slower here. That's the only problem. Even though I have accuracy, we only have one defense breaker on this team here. So you will notice that missing the defense break there is kind of like an iffy here. And I'm going to assume this run's going to be on the little bit slower side just because I missed that defense break from Bernard. But the foxysw is providing me that sustain. So I think the biggest key thing here is you must land the defense break on the Bellinus stage, because if Bellinus gets the turn, it's going to be pretty scary for your team here. So let's see. We land the defense break and it should be GG's here. Yen is going to one-bop this. Get that garbage out of here. Like, boom. So Bellinus stage is the most scariest one. Here, it's actually really easy peasy. Like, your Yen, your Orochi, the dots, you're gonna do so much damage before the Fran even takes off. Like, you saw how much Orochi did with his third skill, and I landed 1 billion dots. And if he gets the turn, he is going to do, like, it's gonna hurt him so hard. So I'm gonna run a few more dungeons just to showcase you how consistent and how good this team is, I found. And I haven't thought about kind of substitutes here. Obviously, you can use a Lagmaron, and I think the Lagmaron would replace the Yen here, but I feel like the Yen would do more damage than the Lagmaron because it has an innate 20% chance to go again, right? Having the addition, look at this. This is going bonkers. It's not even non-violent. So, like, having that chance to go so many times, I think is more damage output than the Lagmaron. And obviously, the Orochi here, I don't think you're replacing it at all because look at the dot damage. The dot damage is actually pretty significant, but also the speed lead allows you to go, like, allows you to lap the Bellinus, allows you to lap the boss. So, defense break landed successfully again, and the Yen should be able to one-bop this. Boom, look at that. Yen lands dots, Orochi lands dots. This is like the power of speed scaling and dots. So I don't think there is a replacement for these two units. Obviously, very free-to-play friendly considering they're Nat 4s. If you've seen my super safe team, it's like 5 Nat 5s. I mean, 4 Nat 5s. So obviously, this is a lot more attainable, a lot more achievable, like that 113. Before, you guys may have saw me use the tower and double twins Galleon team. However, that team was about 90%. I think this one is actually a lot closer to like 95 or 100. I haven't tested it up like a lot, but right now I've done a lot of runs today. I haven't failed. So I'm going to say right now it's around the 95 to 100% range. However, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it is high rune requirement. If you're going to try to clear an end game dungeon with mediocre runes, you're going to have a really bad time. If you're going to try to clear an end game dungeon, speedrun it with powerful runes, obviously you're going to find success. So the only thing about here is my Yen couldn't one-shot when it's on defense break. I think that's something for me to readjust if I have more skill ups or if I just put some better runes on it. So that's my goal, to try to make this team a little bit more consistent, is to put more damage on the Yen, because when it has defense break, attack buff, speed buff on the Yen, I think she should, like, in theory, I think for the most safe consistency, she should be able to one-bop the boss here. So no defense break. How will we do with no defense break here? I'm keeping an eye out on the Bellinus' attack. his attack bar is coming up. Look at those dots. Look at those dot damage. The dot damage was a lot, but not enough to bring it to the next stage. But it's okay. Our Bernard was able to go through the Bellinus. So no defense break, but you guys saw how effective the dots was. And you're probably gonna ask me, yo Foxy, do you need skill ups? Well, we all know that's kind of like a rhetorical question, right? Like, if you don't have skill ups, you're missing damage, you're missing cooldown reduction, and I like, you even saw my team here. It was actually missing a few. It was missing a few skill ups. So I'll show you the monsters again. I'm making another run, so you will see here. I'm not even maxed skill. I'm missing 2, and I'm missing 2 here. So let's see what the Yen skill ups are for in terms of like how important it is. So the Yen here, cooldown reduction, that's pretty important because this is reduces attack bar and it lands dots. The dots are pretty key. So I'm missing 2 skill ups here, and I'm missing a harmful effect rate, which is not too bad, but the 10% damage there is actually hurting me. But for my Orochi, I got some of the key skill ups on 3rd skill and 2nd skill. So if your first skill on your Orochi is not max, not end of the world, but I mean, you're just, everyone, like, if you're late game, you should probably have just soon Bernard built up. So it's a matter of, do you have an Orochi and Yen kind of available? A lot of people in G3 Siege, they all have like Yen built up because of her innate violent kit, right? The reason why I built my Yen was basically back in the day for Necro, because I didn't have a Hua, and Hua was really good back in the day. So it kind of ends up working well for me that my Yen is usable in ELLUNIA. So I'm planning to make a video on what dungeon or how you should spend your dimensional hole energy. If you think that is useful, make sure you leave a comment stating that it's something you want to see. Just because I have some ideas ideas for videos down the pipeline, but I'm not sure which ones to focus on. So I'm basically kind of catering to the community here. Okay, so we land the defense break. Look at that, oh, that hot damage. This attack buff, boom, done. Dots finished it off, right? Like I said, higher rune requirement, but it looks like it's pretty dang safe. And if it does change or if it like I fail, I'll update you guys. But overall, I would highly suggest you guys kind of work on this team. Pretty safe. That 130, we even saw a 110 earlier. So if this helped you guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment for more guides, more videos. Foxy out, guys.